command like zombie. Go down on me, oh, with your coca body. Follow my command like zombie. Go down on me, oh, with your coca body. Cause this your milky for front enough for me. Hold on for me, I no go to me corny. And if you're milky na fighty, I saw me to look. Gelato honey, oh baby, smile deep. Baby, gonna waka waka when you enter my licha. Baby, gonna baby, follow my command like zombie. Go down on me, oh, with your coca body. Follow my command like zombie. Go down on me, oh, with your coca body. Cause this your milky for front enough for me. Hold on for me, I no go to me corny. And if you're milky na fighty, I saw me to look. Gelato honey, oh baby, smile deep. Baby, gonna waka waka when you enter my licha. Baby, gonna baby, follow my command like zombie. Go down on me, oh, with your coca body. Follow my command like zombie. Go down on me, oh, with your coca body. Cause this your milky for front enough for me. Hold on for me, I no go to me corny. And if you're milky na fighty, I saw me to look. Gelato honey, oh baby, smile deep. Baby, gonna waka waka when you enter my licha. Baby, gonna ago, back in Jericho, I wonder how our leaders sleep at night. Do they ever dream while poor people scream? The same ones who say they'll put the wrong things right, once they reach on top, become more corrupt. To the grassroots cries become unconscious, while family and friends they patronize, and then they wash their hands like unconscious, because they in charge. You feel the larger than large want them, or you feel the almighty, omnipotent, powerful.
Well, good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. I want to apologize again for the late start. I was trying to get a new system in place, but unfortunately that system was giving me some trouble. So I did try my best today to try to improve on what I have. You know, somebody was doing some work with me. So those of you who would have heard me, or you know, and stuff like that, we were trying to do some new stuff. So I want to apologize to those of you who are expecting me to start at a specific time and I didn't start, and you're looking out for me. Me apologize about that. I'm always trying to improve on what exactly is being offered to you on Constructive Talk. I am always trying my best to improve on what I have in store for you guys. So it is Tuesday. Let me say good evening again, and let me thank the people of Yak and Friends for keeping their sponsorship going on Constructive Talk. Let me say thank you to them. Remember, Uhuru 7 is happening on the 26th of July, 2025 at City Hall, 3 p.m. City Hall at 3 p.m. You need to get your tickets, people. All right. Yak and Friends presents Uhuru 7 at City Hall, San Fernando. So if you live in San Fernando, I think it's a good opportunity for you to join the people of Yak and Friends at City Hall, San Fernando. They just have at least, I believe, it's 30 tickets remaining. It's a ticketed event. You have to present a ticket at the door. You cannot show up and expect to get through. No. You have to show up with a ticket at the door, and you can call for your tickets. Call for your tickets now at 684-1792. 684. Call no. Call right now. Now, I want you to call them. Why? Because they are our first sponsors on Constructive Talk. And I want you to show them the love. I want you to show them the love. I really want you to show them the love. So please contact them for tickets. They just have at least 30 more tickets. 30 more tickets to give away. Oh, not to give away, but 30 more tickets to sell. And this is where they're asking for your support. So you can contact them on 684-1792. 684-1792. Let us show them some love. Let us show them some, some good Constructive Talk love. So Uhuru 7, Yak and Friends presents Uhuru 7 at City Hall, San Fernando at 3 p.m. sharp. 3 p.m. sharp. You will get some African music, African clothes. You can be, you'll get African food. Yeah, the full works will be out. We encouraging you, be a part of it. Uhuru 7, call the number now. Bombard the line. 684-1792. 1792. Call the person. No. I want the person to message me and tell me, yes, Pastor Google, people are calling for their tickets. People are from Constructive Talk are very much interested in being a part of Uhuru 7 2025 at City Hall San Fernando. City Hall San Fernando, and you will get African music, African food. You get the whole works at Uhuru 7 at City Hall San Fernando. It starts at 3 p.m. sharp. Call the number 684-1792. Come out with your crew. Come out with your crew. Come out with your crew and be a part of it. Uhuru 7. All right? Be a part of it. As you jump onto YouTube, make sure and click the thumbs up. As you come onto YouTube, please click the thumbs up because I need your support. I need your support. YouTube watching to see, if you love Constructive Talk.
Baby, follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, with your coca body. Follow my command, like zombie. Go down on me, with your coca body. Cause this your milky for front enough for me. Hold on for me, I no go to me corny. And if you're milky na fighty, I saw me to look. Baby, sumoyo deep. Baby, kona waka when you enter Malicha. Baby, kona.
That is Uhuru 7 happening at City Hall San Fernando. And we want to encourage you to be a part of it. Uhuru is our first sponsors, on Constructive Talk. Uhuru is our first, Yakan friends, our first sponsors, first sponsors on Constructive Talk. So I want you to please contact them on 684-1792, 684-1792. There's about 30 more tickets left. So I want you to buy them out. I want Constructive Talk to buy out the tickets. Buy out the tickets. Right? They must have no more tickets remaining for Uhuru 7 that is happening on Saturday, the 26th of July, 2025. All right? So I want you to please buy the tickets. Let's show the support. All right? Let's show them that, hey, we appreciate. We are happy that you are the ones that would have put the first ad on Constructive Talk. We are really happy and we're showing you that support. We're giving you that support. Right? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to give them the love. Call the number now for me, please.
They say how we keep on growing older.
So again, let me say thank you to
Man just giving
Yak and Friends for sponsoring the first time sponsors on Constructive Talk.
we run
Yak and Friends, and they are the ones that sponsored our first segment.
human organs, organs straight and fine. In this age,
First segment
we don't
sponsored by Yak and Friends.
we stay afloat by remote control.
Yak and Friends present Uhuru 7
Need a song to touch
City Hall, San Fernando,
to heal me.
the 26th of July,
Straight and fine
2025, at 3 p.m.
to be some food to the
where you'll get African food,
to calm the mood.
African clothing,
Breathe
good African music.
to the fallen, lost and
So I encourage you to be a part of it.
to force their mouths open and give each
Be a part of it. Be a part of it. Be a part of it. So what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago? What I'm going to talk about today. You all wondering, what is Pastor Google coming to talk about today? What's new? What's new? What's new is happening in Trinidad and Tobago? Well, let me tell you one time, I am concerned. And what am I concerned about? I'm concerned about our crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago. So the saying that Ms. Bissessa said, give them how much? Give them 6 months to fix the crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago. That's what Ms. Bissessa is saying. Give her 6 months and she will fix the crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago. So my question is, what were you all doing in opposition all that time? That you all didn't have a plan ready and waiting? You all didn't have that? I'm concerned about the crime situation. I don't know about you. You, the listeners, and you, the viewers of Constructive Talk. Are you all looking and listening and seeing what's happening? What's happening on what's happening in our country where crime is concerned? Crime is a serious thing in this country. Very, very serious thing in this country. And I think it's today, if you all could correct me if I'm wrong, today, I think it was, a young lady got kidnapped. Right? Was it today? A young lady got kidnapped in Curep. They said that her family owns a courier business and stuff like that. And we are watching and we are looking and we are seeing where this crime thing is getting serious. What worried me was when I heard the commissioner of police. Right? When I heard the commissioner, boy, I am worried about this guy, you know. Yeah, I'm worried about this guy. Why you ask me? Why you think I'm saying I'm worried about him? I worried about him because I don't know if this man know that his appointment supposed to be non-political. He's not supposed to be on the side of the politicians. Well, if he knows that. Any of you picked up that he sounds weird and strange at times? Some of his pronouncements worry me. Some of the things that he's saying is worrying me. What am I talking about? So I listened to this guy. He had a press conference. No, he was at an interview. So he had an interview. And in his interview, he made some statements that kind of worried me. What am I talking about? Now, the first statements he made that worried me was the statements he made with Gary Griffith. Right? The first statements he made that worried me was with Gary Griffith about some things that he said that worried me. And I want to play it for you now. Yep, I'm going to play it for you now. Right? I'm going to play it for you now. And I want you to listen to what this man said. And I played it already. And the thing about it is, when I played it, many of you shared your views and your concerns about it. Many of you. So some of you might say, what am I talking about? Well, I will tell you what I'm talking about. You all remember this when I played this recording for you guys?
Police Commissioner Alista Gavwara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the...
Right?
Police Commissioner Alista Gavwara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that...
He acted on cabinet advice. When he said that, I was worried. I said, okay, maybe he made a mistake. Maybe he didn't understand what the question was, what it is. What? Why would you make a statement like that? He acted on cabinet advice. No, you're not supposed to act on cabinet advice, Bridget. You're supposed to do your own risk assessment. And when you do your own risk assessment, then you make your move. You don't make a move based on what? On political advice. You don't do that. Listen again.
Gavwara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the... Police Commissioner Alista Gavwara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the...
You hear that? You all heard that? You all heard that? You all heard what the commissioner said he acted on? He acted on cabinet advice. Well, yeah. Either I sleeping I sleeping or something? Wake me up, you know. Because this can never be true. Listen it one more time, you know. Listen to what this man is saying that he acted on.
Commissioner Alista Gavwara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the...
You only hearing that? The commissioner is acted on cabinet advice. He get a directive and he's acting out on it. That's how this thing is supposed to operate? That's how that's supposed to work? He get a directive and he follow through with it. It's still wrong if you get advice, if you get a directive. It's wrong. You're not supposed to take advice or direction from the police, from the politicians. And as Gary Griffith is saying, at the end of the day, you are going to appear as though you're politicizing the police service. You're not supposed to. So, I would have spoken to someone and they said that to me. They said, you are correct. What he was supposed to do is do his own risk assessment. Do his own risk assessment. And when he does his own risk assessment, then based on his risk assessment and the advice from the persons who have done the risk assessment, then you decide, you make a decision. But no, brethren, you don't take advice from politicians. So let us from Constructive Talk tell him one time, no, you don't take advice from politicians. No, you don't. So let me play for you the story. I want to play for you the story I want to play for you the story. Right? And then you will deduce from the story what is really going on with this man. Because something going on with this man that I am worried about. I'm being real, you know. I'm worried about this man taking advice from politicians. I'm worried about it. Why am I worried about it? Because he's not supposed to be taking advice from politicians. He's not supposed to be taking any directive from politicians. Politicians are supposed to direct or give directives to the commissioner of police. They're not supposed to. And even if they give you a directive, you could say, hey, I am the commissioner of police. I will do a risk assessment and I will determine if I can take away the security from former Prime Minister Young and Dr. Rowley. That is how it's supposed to be done. You're supposed to take a position and say, here what? I have done my own risk assessment, and based on the risk assessment that I have done, I see it fit or I don't see it fit to remove the security from former Prime Minister Young and Dr. Rowley. That is what they're supposed to do. Not take directive from the cabinet. No. No, sir. That is not how that's supposed to be done. All right? That is not how that's supposed to be done. So, I want to play for you. I'm trying to find it here. I want to play for you the full story now. I don't think I have it, you know. I just have that alone. I wanted to play for you the whole story of how it went. But I don't think I have the whole story. I just would have gotten that piece. I did that piece. I did that piece. Where is it? Do I have that full story? No, I don't. But when I find it, I'll play it for you guys. That whole story of what went on with the removal of the security for former Prime Minister Young and the former Prime Minister Dr. Rowley. When I find the story, I'll send it for you. I'll play it for you guys to hear. Right? I'll play it for you guys to hear. So I listened to the commissioner in a press conference. And while listening to him in a press conference, I got worried again. Yeah, I got worried again after listening to the commissioner at a press conference. I got worried again. You want to hear why I got worried again? Listen to this. Listen why I got worried again when I heard the commissioner.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
It comes as home invasion reports continue across the country. Guevara says he supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation.
The only way we'll be able to determine if it will help or harm is after it is put into effect.
Do you support it?
I support any legislation that would assist the members of the public in protecting themselves.
Wait. Several things this man said in this interview and in this report that worries me. Several things. So let's start. Let's start with some of the things that he said in this interview that worries me. I don't know if it worries you. You all could tell me. I'll open up the phone lines a little bit for you to tell me if some of the things that this man talked about as a commissioner don't worry you. Listen to this.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge.
So coming out of the state of emergency, people are going to term, or people are going to people are now saying that there is a spike in the crime. So, Commissioner, I just want to asking for a friend, coming out of the state of emergency, you all as the police didn't have a plan? You all didn't have a plan, a backup plan? Well, okay, we're coming out of the state of emergency. We have some strategic plans in place to deal with the crime situation. You all didn't have that? Somebody said to me, Pastor Google, they had so much crime talks for 5 years. Things should be placed or put in or be in place. I don't understand. I totally agree with you. You telling me, you only remember the crime talks? Only remember the crime talks? When people was going in front of microphone, when you had people like, what your name? I forget the man's name. Forget the man's name now. All the crime talks that they would have had, nothing, it didn't reap any fruit. No fruit. Okay. Let's listen to the commissioner again.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
The man say some people will determine it as crime surge, but what he see it as people returning to normal crime activities. What madness! That's no that. Olia. Let's deal with this. Let's take some calls on this. What is your view on your commissioner saying this to you? Listen what your commissioner said to you. Listen.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
Where's all your thoughts? Where's all your thoughts on the commissioner saying it's a return to normal criminality? It's a return. It's a return to normal criminality. That's what you're calling about. What are you making a big deal about? It's a return to normal criminality. Relax with yourself. It's a return to normal criminality. Your number to call. What are your thoughts? Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, good night, Pastor Google. Here what happening there? Is a partner thing, you know. Mr. Benjamin and them had a set of crime. Mr. Benjamin and them had all the crime talk and they said they would get on crime in a short space of time. where he was. He was right there.
What about Johnny Bravo?
Well, Johnny Bravo is a kicksman by himself.
Okay.
Johnny
And
Bravo,
Johnny
well,
Abraham.
Johnny Bra-
And Johnny and Johnny Abraham.
yeah.
Hey, caller. I don't know. I'm taking your calls. What are your thoughts about what it is the commissioner just said? Tell me now. I would like to hear your views on it. Those of you who viewing. Tell me what is your view on what you just heard the commissioner. Are you comfortable with what you heard the commissioner just said? Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Good evening,
Hello?
sir. Good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor. I don't know. Is it me, but to me, Mr. Guevara sounds out of touch with reality, one. And two, we clearly don't know his portfolio. Because you can't tell me I'm directed. Your office is independent. So and then you say to us as a commissioner, that is normal. So you telling me you have no fear. It's okay to wake up in the morning and hear gunshots. It's okay to wake up in the morning and hear phone vision, and that's okay. You have the courage to say that that's normal. And that will, so to me, that's shocking because I don't think Mr. Guevara even understand what he's saying to the nation. Papa?
Are you hearing you?
I don't think Mr. Guevara even understand what he's saying to the nation as the office holder or he holding it. Because any other country, he doesn't have power. So you can't be saying that.
Thank you very much.
As the commissioner. All right. Go on.
Thank you. Listen again, you know. Listen again to what the commissioner, Trinidad and Tobago, Commissioner of Police, had to say. Listen to what the Trinidad and Tobago Police Commissioner had to say at a interview with a, listen, you know. Listen to this.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
It comes as home invasion reports continue across the country.
Talk to me. Are you comfortable with your commissioner saying what he just said? Are you comfortable with that? You comfortable with that? You normal? We normal? We normal? We good? Are we good with what we just heard? The commissioner said. Go! I want to play it again, you know. Because I feel like you're not hearing it. Are you comfortable with what you just heard your commissioner saying? All right? Are you, Trinidad and Tobago, comfortable with what you just heard your commissioner saying? Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon. Good evening, Pastor.
Talk to me.
How you could, what is a normal crime? What is a normal criminal activity? How you could put that, telling me people back to a normal criminal activity, right? So you have to train to be that? Boy, I tell you from the beginning that you have two people. One is a commissioner and one is a home man. Them can't run nothing far as I'm concerned. I tell you that the minute they put this man here, and I heard that when the first thing he talk about using directive from the cabinet, I understand long time that he on a wavelength. That is where they put him there to do anything we tell you to do, you do it. And that is how he going. How you somebody have to explain what is a normal criminality. If you're a criminal, you're a damn criminal. I can't understand what is a normal criminality and a normal crime you're going back to. If you have no way or no, what I could say that in a nice way, that you have no sense or nothing about crime. For 5 years, 10 years, you sit down in parliament as opposition, and you go all over the place having crime symposium. And out of that, you don't get one to put for the fellas to understand. Something had to be wrong. That's what I'm telling you. I always say, I don't say it already. The UNC call an election because all you have no way of running a government. All you knows nothing about running government. And all you just only playing the fool all over the place because all you there now. I'm sorry to say it. All you could call an election anytime and see what could give back power later, man.
Thank you very much. Are you comfortable with what you are hearing your commissioner of police saying? This evening, I want to hear if you're comfortable with this, you know. This evening, I really want to hear your views. Are you comfortable, yes or no? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening.
So what the commissioner is trying to say is that we have returned to the normal level of criminality, meaning that you should be comfortable with that. Is that what you're trying to say? You should be all right with that. Because
I worry, you know.
Because I don't know what normal in criminality. So it seems as though we are being told that so that we could feel, well, you know, okay, well, it we just gone back to what it used to be, so it's nothing to worry about. People blow Earl Christopher out the water.
Yes.
Because as far as they were concerned, she was the worst thing that happened. When we talking police commissioner.
Yes.
This man came in with high praises. A profile that sounded as though he just descended from heaven.
Come on.
And to be hearing this kind of thing.
Yes.
Is really appalling. I don't know what comfort the ordinary citizen is supposed to get out of what he said there. I don't know. I have problems understanding what he's trying to say. Because it sounds as though, as far as I am concerned, you have absolutely no clue as to where you're heading from here. So you say that to give people the feeling that that is part of the whole makeup of things. So don't expect any. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You have so many people now putting their heads together, I would think, and to have you turning up saying something like that, you have Homeland Security, you have somebody else, you have you, and to hear that when everybody know that Fitzgerald Hines didn't stand a shadow of a chance.
Come on.
Saying something like that.
Well, here now, I trying to find, because I heard in the news where the question was asked to the Homeland Security Minister about crime and about what they're putting in place, and he said, well, I am here to put things in to give the police and the resources to do their job.
Well, wasn't that what Fitzgerald Hines was trying to explain? Wasn't that what he was at pains explaining to them when he continued to be hauled across over the coals for saying that? Because as far as they were concerned, he was supposed to be fighting crime out there.
Yes.
Listen, you see these people? We are in for a rough ride. At a huge expense. We are in for a rough ride. And I'm just telling you, I just know when I hear this Homeland Security Minister talking very loftily about we have strategies that we're going to be putting in place. Or they look out for what was the name of the thing? The day of policing that had the whole country
shut down, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. But hear this before you go.
For him to put it in play again.
But hear this before you go. You don't find it passing strange that they want to pass a law or they want to to do something, put something in the Constitution to make sure that you walk around with your ID card?
Well, listen to me. You see, that is, listen to me. Because they have statistics to show that doing such things in other jurisdictions does not help with the crime.
Okay.
So whatever is the strategy, whatever they have in mind, I think citizens need to be wary.
Okay.
Citizens need to be wary. And I just have a special word out for little African people.
Of course.
I'll talk to you again, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That we talking about. I really enjoyed to hear that lady call, you know. I enjoy hearing that lady phone call.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
Olia, anybody? Olia, have nobody concerned, boy? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Pastor Google.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you?
I am okay. Do you have your Uhuru ticket? You have your tickets to go to Uhuru 7?
Not as yet, but I will make my call to get mine as soon as I come off the line.
Beautiful.
All right. What I want to say, the last caller shared some of my views. So all I will say, meaning no disrespect. You know, David Rudder have a song, I think it's Rant or Chant of a Madman. Can you find it and play that for me, please? Thank you.
All right.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful evening.
Same to you. If you find it, send it to the WhatsApp line.
Will do.
All right. Thank you.
The effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of...
I want to let you hear what the man had to say. What is this? Well, listen to this. Listen. Listen to this. I'm taking your calls, eh? We talking crime this evening, and are you happy with statements made by the Commissioner of Police? Are you happy with statements made by the Commissioner of Police? You happy with it? If you're happy with it, put yes. If you're not happy with it, put no on the live for me. And remember, when you come onto the live, the 497 of you, please, I want you to tap that thumbs up button for me, please. Tap the thumbs up button for me, please. Hello, good evening.
Yes, Mr. Google, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm all right. I didn't listen since on 91.9.
Thank you very much for calling.
Right. First, we're dealing with the crime. Right? Crime affect everybody. Right? But when this government was coming into power, they said they had a solution to crime. So people started dying now under them. And they say nothing, everybody mouth quiet. But when PNM was there, and Mr. Hines was Mr. Hines, Mr. Rowley, Mr. Hines, Mr. Rowley must go. I hear nobody saying that. Right? But people in Trinidad have to realize, people who don't learn from the mistake, doomed to repeat it. And now we're reaping that. Right? We must not have short memories. In 2010 was Teacher Percy say, they get catch with that. And now in 2025, they get catch. Now with yellow code, all something was up for the UNC campaign. But then too, like I say, we have to take that because when you campaign with criminals and you put criminals put you into government and you put in a criminal government. I say, not you say it, eh? I say it. When you put a criminal government in office,
yeah, but when you
what
see
you expect gonna happen?
Yeah, but when you see it on my platform and they go and they report the page, what will happen to my page? You have to be careful.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to be careful what we're saying because we don't want them to go and report the page and then we have to come off the page.
Let me retract them. The views of me It's not the views of Pastor Google and his platform. That is my view, not his view. Right? But I just said, we had to learn that we must never cross. So I never see nobody from their base was coming and say, yellow is the code, yellow is the code. Right? But we like to cross over and put people into government, and then it affect we family, it affect we brothers, we sister, everybody. So we have to learn from that. Until we learn, we will never get rid of that problem. Because you see what's going on in the great America with Trump and them, we had him on the run. Right. Anyway, Pastor Google, you have a good night, enjoying your show as usual, and you take care. But like I say, the last statement that I make is not the views of Pastor Google platform, it's the views of the caller. All right? So you have a good night, Pastor Google.
Same to you. All right. So we continue with the calls. We're continuing with the calls, all right? So the call, you can call the line, all right? The number to call, you know the number to call. It's rolling over in front of your screen. It's 464-7003. 464-7003. That is the number you can call. If you want to know what we're talking about, we're looking at the statements made by the Commissioner of Police. What did the Commissioner say? Take a listen to what the Commissioner had to say.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, Pastor.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm already calling again. Pastor, I have an issue right now with my freedom is going to be infringed upon. Because I believe we live in a democracy, not communist. So you're trying to tell me just now I have to live with mine. Or I can be charged. Now you're trying to tell me, right?
Yes, that's what they're saying, that you have to walk with your ID everywhere you go.
Yeah. These laws exist in South Africa, apartheid. These laws exist in Palestine, where Israel ruling. These laws exist in North Korea, West Germany. Them presidents was not. They were communists. So you can't tell me we supposed to be living in democracy, and this is we get a communist law. Because that communist law. You tell me I have to walk over my ID or I can be charged. That communist law. That is happening in South Africa, West Germany, East Germany, Russia, Cuba. All that's communist states. So, and you know what, Pastor? You don't know if anybody in pain a little bit say that, oh my God. Pastor?
Yeah.
If anybody in pain a little bit, you want to hear all the papers. That's all allocator. All the programs, all the TV, all the stations, all the so-called men and women would let her find name. Would I have to say? You don't know. Nobody have no say. You know, everybody quiet. Everybody quiet. Shameless.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. So, we're talking crime and criminality. We're talking about the commissioner's statements. Are you happy with the commissioner's statement? Are you happy with the commissioner's statement? Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hi, good evening. Are you happy with the commissioner's statement?
Well, Google, from somebody that in law enforcement, I could kind of understand what he said, right? But another twist to that is all the SOE did is them fellas put on the guns for a while until the SOE done. So that's why I say I could understand what the commissioner said from a law enforcement point of view. But you see all them youth programs and things they scrap past Google, crime is going to double, if not triple or quadruple in this country, right? And the amount of people on the breadline now, right, will make it even worse. You understand? So expect to see more murders, more carjackings, more home invasions, and everything double time, if you want to put it that way. So the commissioner, and by extension, his boss, the Minister of Homeland Security, them had a work cut out for them. You understand? That is all I want to say.
All right. Thank you very much. So we had somebody from law enforcement calling, and they're saying that they could understand why the commissioner would have said what he said. Fair enough. Let's take this other caller. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good night, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, Pastor Google, good afternoon.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, calling from Laramie. Pastor Google, I know you do a lot of research. Yes, I'm fine. I know you do a lot of research. I want you to research that ID card with the Homeland Security man. That thing is going on in America, you know. They're going on people's jobs and taking them up if they don't have the ID and deporting them.
Okay.
That is the Homeland Security work over there.
Okay.
So do your research and you will see. There's where he gets in that from.
All right.
So you have a blessed night.
Thank you very much. And thanks for
yes,
calling.
I have to call you because I want to make a contribution. I don't know where to make it to.
All right.
Okay, Pastor.
Okay then. Thank you. All right. So the caller is saying that from what she understands that this is what is happening in America. That's what the caller is saying, I know. Caller is saying that, hey, Pastor Google, do your research. This is happening in America. Is it that we patterning after America? Is it? But then we're talking about statements made by the commissioner. Are you comfortable? You know, you heard what the caller said. He said, Pastor Google, he understand from a law enforcement standpoint, he understand what the commissioner is trying to say. All right? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with what the commissioner had to say? As a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, are you comfortable? Because I want to play the rest of the clip. I want to play the rest of the clip. I want to play all of it for you. And there's another part of it that really worries me. Right? There's another part of it that worries me. And I want you to tell me what is your thoughts about it. All right? So take a listen to this other part of the clip. Take a listen to this. And you tell me what are your thoughts. Right? You tell me what are your thoughts. So listen to the commissioner again at an interview, and you tell me what are your thoughts.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
It comes as home invasion reports continue across the country. Guevara says he supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation.
The only way we'll be able to determine if it will help or harm is after it is put into effect.
Do you support it?
I support any legislation that would assist the members of the public in protecting themselves.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that statement? I just want to hear your views. This evening, I'm playing for you the interview or a news clip of the Commissioner of Police and what he had to say. So the Commissioner is saying that he supports stand your ground laws. He supports anything that will help citizens to protect themselves. I thought the police was to protect and serve. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Take a listen.
The only way we'll be able to determine if it will help or harm is after it is put into effect.
Stand Your Ground legislation. Guevara says he supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation. Guevara says he supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation. Country. Guevara says he supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation. Stand Your Ground legislation.
The only way we'll be able to determine if it will help or harm is after it is put into effect. Do you support it? I support any legislation that would assist the members of the public in protecting themselves.
It comes as Guevara clears a backlog of firearm users' licenses applications, and with the potential for an increase in applications with the Stand Your Ground law, he insists.
Application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license. It's not like everyone can apply and just get a gun.
When the new academic year begins, Guevara's officers will have a new mandate, with roughly 40 high-risk schools having a police presence.
The TTPS actively engaging in training of officers to take up those positions. So I'd like to reassure the public that the TTPS stands ready to take back the schools from the violent elements that exist.
This week will mark 1 month since Guevara took up the post, and he is aware the public is snapping at his heels for results.
Is after it is.
He supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation. Across the country, Guevara says he supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation.
The only way we'll be able to determine if it will help or harm is after it is put into effect. Do you support it? I support any legislation that would assist the members of the public in protecting themselves.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? 464-7003. 464-7003. Are you satisfied with what you are hearing coming out of the mouth of your Commissioner of Police? Hello, good evening.
Yes, good night, Pastor Gogo. That fella ain't too sure what he's saying, because he had to realize he have niece, nephew, family, and all kind of things. This Stand Your Ground is a dangerous, dangerous thing, What he do, he put in pressure on people, because you will go in front of a man gate and you and a man have an argument and he'll kill you and tell you are rushing him and he's standing ground, This is what it is about. He never travel what? When you travel to the States and you go in them redneck, a man make a wrong turn, he dead. He driving a man here, he dead. And he say pregnancy, he doesn't watch TV. The whole news, he then see little children go knocking trickle tree and get killed.
All right.
That is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah. So let me teach you all something. When you call on programs like these that is live on YouTube and on Facebook, you can't use those words. You have to use unalive. All right? You can't use those words. You have to use unalive. Cool? Taking your calls. 464-7003. Hello, good evening. All right. Yeah, so when you call programs like these live on Facebook and on YouTube, you can't use, what we would normally say. You have to use words like unalive. All right? I'm taking your calls. We're just going through and we're listening to the Commissioner of Police on an interview on CNC3. And the Commissioner is making statements, boy. The Commissioner is making statements that is worrying to some citizens. Really, really worrying to some citizens. Because while I understand what the law enforcement person call in and say, I have a problem. I have a problem. And this is my problem. I will listen to this law enforcement brother. Because they had crime talks, you know. Yeah, they had crime talks. And this is what some of the things I was said in their crime talks.
You can't have no investment. They have no motivation in the police service. And on top of that, 4%. Under the leadership of Ms. Kamala Pasabi Sessa, 14%. They get it back in 6 months. $1,000 extra on the salary. They was motivated more than ever. And I could keep going on and on and on. But the whole thing is that we must take back this country. And in order to do that, the police service have to have proper leadership and persons who are willing to make that sacrifice to work night and day to bring back this country to peaceful. Thank you very much.
So to my law enforcement brother who called in and, say he could understand what the commissioner was saying. Because this is what the commissioner said.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
He see it as a normal turn back to, normal criminality. That is normal? I have a problem with that, boy. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. You don't have a problem with that, Trinidad and Tobago? Trinidad and Tobago, you don't have a problem with that? Nah, I don't believe this. I don't believe we don't have a problem with this statement. Listen to this statement,
The effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
It comes.
Wow. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor. I mean, listen to this man, you get a headache. This man sounds like he's just there to pass on with the pass on time. He don't have this man is not someone independent. He's someone like he's there just to take care of others. He is not someone. I'm sorry, but he is not someone independent. He don't convince me as somebody who run your own show. He convinces me as somebody who say now getting phone calls at more or less putting things in place after getting phone calls. He is not someone independent. He is someone like he know what he doing. He's someone like he working for somebody. And last time I checked, I thought police was supposed to put that first. So if everybody had a guy going to that, why do you need police?
I don't know.
If it is, you are a police in certain schools in this country. What is there doing then? So we have police and this is good. So you still go back two different body of people to do one thing. This man is not someone independent. I'm very sorry. He is what we as far here so far. The little I hear of him, he is someone like he said on this, working for somebody. He is not come across as somebody who is in charge of anything. He more or less someone like somebody in charge of him. Because he is not someone independent at all. At no time. And whole even I understand this man, and this man is not someone independent. He's someone like he is working for somebody. But somebody is part of all of them every day. Because I'm next place, but he don't convince me to be in charge. He's not in charge. Somebody in charge of he. Have a good night.
Thank you very much. Wow.
The immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
I don't know now. That worries me, but hello, good evening.
Pastor, this fella you just played, Johnny Abraham. Do you have any idea where he is, right?
I don't know, you know. I thought he would have been part of this whole crime plan.
When I hear this voice from Johnny Abraham, you know, I forget he was on the crime symposium and thing too.
Yes, he was right there.
And so, but if he have all these ideas and he give it to them, why don't give he a consultant work or some kind of advisor work to these two dumb fellas, right?
I don't know.
But I think, I don't know, maybe Kamala forget he. So here what happened, like he have to go to Kamala and talk to she now, later on.
All right. I hope he does. I hope he does in the near future. I hope he does. Because what we're seeing here and what we're hearing here is not all going well at all, you know. It's not all going well at all. Here your commissioner of police. This is your commissioner of police.
Immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
It comes as home invasion reports continue across the country. Guevara says he supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation.
The only way we'll be able to determine if it will help or harm is after it is put into effect.
Do you support it?
I support any legislation that would assist the members of the public in protecting themselves.
It comes as Guevara clears a backlog of firearm users' licenses applications. And with the potential for an increase in applications with the Stand Your Ground law, he insists.
Application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license. It's not like everyone can apply and just get a gun.
When the new academic year begins, Guevara's officers will have a new mandate, with roughly 40 high-risk schools having a police presence.
The TTPS actively engaging in training of officers to take up those positions. So I'd like to reassure the public that the TTPS stands ready to take back the schools from the violent elements that exist.
This week will mark 1 month since Guevara took up the post, and he is aware the public is snapping at his heels for results.
What are your thoughts? I'm taking your calls. A caller wanted to hear a song. This is the song that the caller wanted to hear.
But somebody promising more police car. Somebody going to take the country far. Somebody putting all the bandits away. He said, if they do the crime, they're going to damn well pay. But somebody promising the human rights, while somebody threatening to put out your lights. The mortuary full with little Trinidad boys. A bullet start to whine and put an end to the joy. Now they're lying call for their mama to mourn. The Nike gone, the gold teeth gone. You see, they want their pocket full with blue silk. They want the statue drinking full cream milk. The little red silk is not their true friend. The blue one have two extra knots on the end. So I tag on them.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm now hearing where the commissioner is saying that everybody will get guns. But I thought it's once you're a law-abiding citizen, you'll get a gun.
If you could find that recording for me, I'll play it.
Of course, I will find that for you.
I do believe that she said that.
Oh, well. Okay.
Let's find it. Let's play it.
Oh, yeah, I find you do believe a lot, boy.
I do believe I'm fat.
I
believe I'm plump.
You're thick.
I'm sick. See if you find me calling, send it for me now.
I cried, yeah. All right, later.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening, sir.
All right. Pastor Google, I'd like to ask you a question. All right. What country in this world has ever been able to put a good handle on criminal activity? None. That any part of the globe you go on, they have criminality. If it's not at the top, it's at the bottom. But in all standard democracies in the West, this is something that is prevalent and is rampant. As big as the United States is, they struggle to keep criminality under control. And when in sense and in fact, some of the criminality is perpetrated by some of the leaders themselves. So this kind of thing you're talking about down here, to me, I am seeing a clandestine operation to subjugate a particular class of people in this country. Right? I ain't gonna put, how they call it, tags to it. I just put it as that. Because I've seen certain things done in this country. Near the Golden Grove prison, there's a large area that is fenced off that have linkage to some external military operation. And we will see that come into play based upon the standards that people have taken in this country, linking themselves to external influence. So you'll watch and see. You see, you're already seeing the things that they are doing resemble a lot of what you're seeing occurring outside Trinidad and Tobago in a certain jurisdiction. I'll let the mind play on that. Those who have the capacity to visualize that and understand it. So that's my take on that subject. I'm watching them very closely. I also have an expectation of their actions and conduct because of the things that they're following. All right, boss?
All right, boss.
You have a good night.
Thanks for calling. And don't be a stranger. Right, boss? The elders say, all right, boss. When you see the elders and them call you a boss, you know, you had to know that, hey, they check for you.
Somebody chanting to we, somebody promising jobs for all, some renting front to make other people ball, but somebody promising more police car, somebody going to take the country far, somebody putting all the bandits away. He said if they do the crime they're going to damn well pay, but somebody promising the human rights, while somebody threatening to put out your lights. The Montreal full with little Trinidad boys, a bullet start to
the immediate effect, as the statistics would show, that coming out of the state of emergency, there was what persons may term as an upsurge. We see it as a return to some sort of normal criminality.
It comes as home invasion reports continue across the country. Guevara says he supports the government's Stand Your Ground legislation.
The only way we'll be able to determine if it will help or harm is after it is put into effect. Do you support it? I support any legislation that would assist the members of the public in protecting themselves.
It comes as Guevara clears a backlog of firearm users' licenses applications, and with the potential for an increase in applications with the Stand Your Ground law, he insists.
Application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license. It's not like everyone can apply and just get a gun.
When the new academic year begins, Guevaro's officers will have a new mandate, with roughly 40 high-risk schools having a police presence.
The TTPS actively engaging in training of officers to take up those positions. So I'd like to reassure the public that the TTPS stands ready to take back the schools from the violent elements that exist.
This week will mark 1 month since Guevaro took up the post, and he is aware the public is snapping at his heels for results.
We bright little youths going to waste. Somebody binge, the smile on their face. Somebody take one love off the shelf. Then the one love boys start to sell out themselves. Somebody going to end all this talk about race, but they can't tell me that with a straight face. Big men dying, the crime can't.
Attorney General has been given instructions as well to work with cabinet to put in place a
I've been hit, but no time to give up, brother, no time to quit. A chant of a madman in this tale from a strange land. It was a chant of a madman in this tale from a strange land. Maybe the chant of the madman is the only salvation.
So a chant of a madman.
Young King 9.
Yeah, a chant of a madman. Well, yeah. Did I say Calypsonians just prophesy, you know? And did I say things before it happened?
Vote for we and we will set you free. Anywhere you turn, somebody chanting to we. Somebody promising jobs for all. Some renting fun to make other people ball. But somebody promising more police car. Somebody going to take the country far. Somebody putting all the bandits away. He said if they do the crime, they're going to damn well pay. But somebody promising the human rights, while somebody threatening to put out your lights. The more tree full with little.
Yeah, listen now. I really want to hear. I really decided this evening that I wanted to hear from Oleno. I really wanted to hear from my listeners, my callers, person who are on the live, for them to tell me what are your thoughts about your commissioner.
Pastor Google, good night. Pastor Google, you see this government? They cannot run this country. They're clueless. They have no clue how to run this country. They have no answers. They don't know how to start. This government only come into power because they want to come in power. They come into power to seek their own interests. All the set up promises that they cannot fulfill. Are you hearing they talking about the promises they make to the nation? No. Everything sweep under the carpet. Where the 10%? Where the people back pay? Everything sweep under the carpet. They're clueless. They come to run no country. Because they cannot run the country. They come to seek their own interests. And I want the nation hear this. Right? And I want the people who didn't come out to vote and who went and vote for them, take that in the tail. Take pressure in the tail. Good night, Pastor.
Attorney General has been given instructions as well to work with our cabinet to put in place as fast as we can stand your ground laws. Home invasion laws and the regulations that we would need to grant firearms to law-abiding citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
This was
oh my. I hope the caller don't call back to ask me to apologize, you know. I really hope the caller don't call back and say, sir, you owe me an apology. Because there's almost be Sessa saying true. There's almost be Sessa say. And the commissioner hold a different view. Is it that the commissioner hold a different view? Eh? You know. Let me hear him. Let me hear the commissioner now.
Members of the public in protecting themselves.
It comes as Guevara clears a backlog of firearm users' licenses applications, and with the potential for an increase in applications with the Stand Your Ground law, he insists.
Application does not mean approval.
Stand Your Ground law, he insists.
Application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license. It's not like everyone can apply and just get a gun.
You didn't hear what Ms. Bissessa said?
Applications with the Stand Your Ground law, he insists.
Application does not mean approval.
Yeah. What are you saying, sir? You hear your lead. You hear who you take.
Attorney General has been given instructions as well to work with our cabinet to put in place as fast as we can Stand Your Ground laws. Home invasion laws. And the regulations that we would need to grant firearms to law-abiding citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
This was
Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license. It's not like everyone can apply and just get a gun.
What is all your thoughts? They're saying the same thing? They're on the same page? They're saying the same thing? Are they on the same page? Call me, 464-7003. 464-7003. One person saying something and next person saying something else. Or are they saying the same thing? That's my question to you, the listeners on Constructive Talk. Are they saying the same thing? Touch base with me now. 464-7003. Do you believe they're saying the same thing or they're saying something else? Or do you think that I'm making a big deal out of nothing? Huh? Take a listen.
Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license. Application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license. Application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license.
I'm taking your calls, you know. I'm taking your calls. 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003.
Attorney General has been given instructions as well to work with our cabinet to put in place as fast as we can Stand Your Ground laws. Home invasion laws. And the regulations that we would need to grant firearms to law-abiding citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
This was.
What's your thoughts, caller?
Hello, good night.
Yeah, good evening.
One individual make it look like you get a one for sure. Just wait, just hold on. We go more or less bring the law in place, and all I do is going to apply. You get a gun for sure. You get in the US saying, not because you apply for a gun, you will get a gun. So somebody question somebody because one saying just now, you need to prepare to get a gun, Next one saying, but because they apply for them, let me give a gun.
Interesting.
Sir?
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Do you all agree with the caller? The caller is saying he's hearing two different things. He's hearing one person saying that not because you apply for a gun means you will get a gun. The other person is saying once you are a law-abiding citizen, you will get a gun. That is what you all hearing? Or are you all hearing something different? Hello, good evening.
Once you are a law-abiding citizen, you will get a gun.
Caller, you have to load on your TV and listen to me on your phone.
Hello, good evening. Once you are a law-abiding citizen, you will get a gun.
Caller, you have to listen to me on your phone, not on the TV. Caller, you have to listen to me on your phone, not on the television. All right. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, pleasant good evening, Pastor, and to everyone.
Hey, what go, brother?
I humble as usual. In my song, I was just saying different things, you know. But when you watch the bigger picture, it looked like he would not find favor in this government unless the Homeland Security Minister had a hand in it. There's no way he could be even focused on if the Minister of Homeland Security didn't have a say in it. Because all that is part of the package, and if you notice, is a sort of deal this government making just like Donald Trump. He might not take over the central bank, you know, the state boards when you watch it. If you watch it from a foreign country, and you know little of Trinidad and Tobago, but you had access to the visit of the Prime Minister from India, and certain things were taking place politically. You will see here is a place like Bangladesh or an Indian country. You know. Unlike when Dr. Rowley was running the thing, you used to see, you would have said, well, yeah, this looks like a cosmopolitan country. You understand? And regardless of all the things they say, there's no history, no track record of any Prime Minister of the PNM on taking office dismissing thousands of workers. You understand? So that's all I have to say. The Commissioner of Police, he's sounding like he's saying something different, but he would have never get a job if he's a man didn't agree to certain things behind the scenes to favor this government. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening again, Pastor Google. Well, you could just about see, right, the way the utterances fly out of the mouth of this lady. Remind me of how the American Indian used to describe the white man when they came. They say, he speak with forked tongue. They will tell you two different stories, but you ain't sure what to believe from them. But the actions speak louder than words. Because when you saw the action in 2010, you were sure what they're about. But you get fooled now. You're listening to the words, and they set you up again. They tell you, fool me once. Right? Joke is on me, but you fool me twice. I know as an idiot. But they ain't getting away with that easy. Because where they're carrying Trinidad and Tobago is not a nice place. We're already in a tight situation, and they come and make it even more difficult. Because firing all these people, you look like you're trying, just like how Donald Trump sent men in the army into California to try and force, a kind of reaction from the people so that they could take certain action. It just look like what they're doing there, but in a subliminal way. You're saying, yes, give guns to law-abiding citizens, but you know in your heart you only wanted to give guns to your people. Because to me, is generally those who are really asking for things lavish that were being restricted from the last government were the ones going to be getting things now. And then we have to wonder, all this weapon, that all these arms and ammunition that was brought in at the end of that last regime that they were in, and when they was revealed by Dr. Rowley how much millions of bullets and all type of weapons, what they really planning to do. We had to take stock of this because the little boys who don't pay attention and like to run down the gun, just like that one I saw on the TV, dancing with a gun until the bullet end up dancing with him. They don't understand the prophecy. You live by the gun, you will die by it. Right? So they're giving themselves a short rope to live this life that God put them here to live. They're not paying attention, they're not taking heed, they're not understanding themselves. If you try to work by yourself, you ain't getting through. But if we stand together, which they should have done with the PNM, you'll stand firm, and the external forces cannot disrupt your political or your sociological stability, just like what's taking place in Burkina Faso now. Because the people stand with their president. But we half go so and half go so. A lot of us here in Trinidad, ungrateful. I'm going to tell you, wickedly ungrateful. Look at, I mean, you don't have to look far to see how much things this country has gifted its citizens. We've reached real far compared to when back in the 60s when you would know things wasn't nice. But nobody paying attention to that. Why? Why? Or you get wise, you know. Or wise will get you. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, caller. So we continue to take your calls. Yep, we continue to take your calls. So callers, the number again to call is 464-7003. And what we're talking about, what we're looking at is statements, and we're checking to see if statements made by the commissioner and statements made by Ms. Bisessa, if it's contradicting itself.
The commissioner of police really supporting this standing ground law. Well, I want the commissioner of police to know that standing ground law is for one particular people in this country. And that law is for the African men or the African youths, right? That law is to target the African men or the African youths. That's it.
Okay. So let's hear the commissioner again. Listen to the commissioner closely, and you call in and tell me if you think that what he is saying and what the Prime Minister is saying is contradictory, if it's contradicting itself.
Application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license. It's not like everyone can apply and just get a gun.
When the new academic year begins...
You hear what he said? It's not like if everybody who apply could get a gun. That's what he said. Did he not say that?
Increase in applications with the Stand Your Ground law, he insists. Applications. And with the potential for an increase in applications with the Stand Your Ground law, he insists.
Application does not mean approval.
Applications. And with the potential for an increase in applications with the Stand Your Ground law, he insists.
Application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license.
He insists.
application does not mean approval. Adjudication means that the persons who deserve a firearm user's license will get a firearm user's license.
The Attorney General has been given instructions as well to work with our cabinet to put in place as fast as we can stand your ground laws. Home invasion laws, and the regulations that we would need to grant firearms to law-abiding citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
This was...
What, do you believe that they're saying the same thing or they're saying two different things? Yes or no? Put it up on the page. Facebook, yes or no? YouTube, yes or no? We're taking a vote. Yes or no? Callers, yes or no? They're saying the same thing or they're not saying the same thing? Callers, we're taking some calls on that. Yes or no? Voice notes also. Do you believe that they're saying the same thing or you believe that they're not saying the same thing? If you believe so, type yes. If you believe that they're not saying the same thing, type no. That's the poll for this evening. Yes or no? Send a voice note. Let me know. Yes or no? Or you can also call in and tell me yes or no. Do you believe that the Commissioner and the Prime Minister are saying the same thing? Yes or no?
Vote for we and we will set you free. Anywhere you turn, somebody chanting to we. Somebody promising jobs for all. Some renting front to make other people fall. But somebody promising more police cars. Somebody going to take the country far. Somebody putting all the bandits away. He said if they do the crime, they're going to damn well pay. But somebody promising the human rights, while somebody threatening to put out their lights. The more tree full with little Trinidad boys. A bullet start to whine and put an end to the joy. Now they lying call for the mama to mourn. The Nike gone, the gold teeth gone. You see they want the pocket full with blue silk. They want the statue drinking.
So you type it in the chat. I'm seeing people on YouTube saying no, 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 no. Anybody else? I'm seeing one person on Facebook saying no. So I'm taking your views because I'm realizing that much many of you calling in this evening. So I'm taking your views on Facebook and on YouTube. Do you believe yes or no? Do you think that it's saying the same thing?
Pastor, good night again. Pastor, I listened to the two recording. I listened to the Commissioner of Police. What he said is correct. What the Prime Minister said, what Kamala said, is whatever they give she to say, whatever they right to give her to say, she's saying it. She's very clueless and she even understand what she's saying. But I understand what the Commissioner said.
All right, so one of the voices said he understands what the Commissioner is saying, but he does not understand what Ms. Bissessa is saying. He thinks that she is clueless. Do you believe that do you believe that they're saying the same thing, yes or no? So most of the persons on YouTube are saying no. Somebody saying she is, and they just left it as she is. I don't know what that means. I'm not seeing any more comments on Facebook. Let me see. Nope, no more comments on Facebook. Facebook, yes or no? Do you believe that the Commissioner and Ms. Bissessa is saying the same thing? Yes or no? That is for you to tell me now. So while I wait for your messages on Facebook and on YouTube, the last thing I want to talk about this evening before I leave, you all saw the list? Police Commissioner, yes. Kamala, no. All right, so you all confusing me now. It's either you believe they're saying the same thing, yes or no. It's not yes, you believe the Commissioner saying the same thing and no. Yes or no. Somebody say yes. or the police commissioner, yes, Kamala no. Well, I don't understand that. All right. You also the list. There's a list that is out, and I want to congratulate some people who do a list to show that councillors are getting board appointments. Remember, the UNC was saying that PNM was giving board appointment and contracts to CPEP contractors and to their friends and family. I see that there is a list coming out where there are a list of councillors who are on state boards. Really? I thought that is only PNM does do that. I didn't know UNC doing that now. They call it manipulation. They call it all kind of thing. But we're seeing where board appointments are being given to UNC councillors. I want to see if the two men who just be on in the morning will talk about that. And what we have to do is to keep our eyes glued on CPEP and the Integrity Commission and others to see if we will get a list of all the contractors and who are the persons who getting these contracts. Let's make sure that what do you call them? Influencers don't get any contract, and no councillor must get a contract. Okay? Okay. Let's make sure now. Let's make sure.
I think the leader of the opposition and the commissioner of police are on two different pages because, logically speaking, we know that you cannot just give everybody a gun, especially knowing that, let us say, okay, and which is what she will do is, put her people in front to kill the black people, as he called her before. Said
oh no, remember please let's not use those terms. All right, let's not use those terms. You have to use on a live or things like that. I can't allow you all to use those terms. Remember, social media is now very, 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 very sensitive. And things like that can get your page taken down or reported. All right. So to the voice note, I want to play the rest of your voice note, but I don't know if you will continue down that road because I will get problems. All right. They're done reporting me already. So you'll have to be very, very careful with what you're sending and what you're saying because it can get me in problems. All right? Can get me in problems.
No, no, no.
Okay. So will you hear that? A man sent a song, a piece of a song, to let me know that he's saying no. Will you go with me? All right. Somebody sent a no on WhatsApp. Somebody saying, I don't agree with the commissioner. Okay. But do you believe that they are saying the same thing though? So somebody's saying no, they are speaking with forked tongue. Interesting. Yeah, because he's saying in one breath that he don't have a problem with the stand your ground law, but then he's saying that everybody could get what do you call it? Not everybody could get a gun license so easily. You know what I mean? So, all yeah. And this let it make it make sense, as some people that say, as young people that say. Make it make sense. All right? Make it make sense now. So taking your calls on 464-7003. 464-7003. Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. Nice again. What you can expect from all of this saber rattling that's going on there in the government. You remember it had a gentleman that say, hey, if all the bad boys come in Central, well, they would not leave.
Yeah, we play him just now.
Right. So you could expect to see the same kind of situation, you know, when you're watching YouTube in the United States, how the police just eliminate characters, some by mistake, some intentionally, and some deceitfully. We can start to see that occurring in certain cliques within the service. Right? Because long ago, those young little East Indian boys didn't want to join the service. But nowadays, everybody running it down. You go and you get a degree and you're inside. You're in like Flint. But they tell you all that glitter is not gold. They have some fellas who have degrees and some of them is born unalivers. Look at the characters through history who were highly educated people. Some today are causing death and destruction throughout the world. And these little pia, how them Jamaicans, they say them pia idiots. They are no different. No different at all. Because they will try their best to make it look like they're normal. You know? Are they saying? They're acting normal, pure hate, but acting normal. That is how them operating. They have the cultural status for it. So we can expect the ramifications from that going forward from here on in. People watch out, you know. I hear man crawling in Shoguanas already. Streets empty. They can't buy. They can't get to sell the goods. Why? You find a whole set of people all over the place. When man is hungry, they tell you, a hungry man is an angry man. So you are banking on them getting vexed and causing ruction so you can take the same law you pass to make sure and eliminate people. I don't want Trinidad to come like how is Brazil or Argentina, one of these states, where all we fellow people have disappeared. They no more dark skin there again. They all faded out because they didn't want to keep us. Watch it, you know, these people have that in their heart. All right. Well, the player, you know, they have the affair for significance. You play the fool and you'll reap the rewards. Right, boss? You know, I would like to take it to any extreme statements, but the extreme that I see coming out of them, plenty people will be surprised. Right? You have a good night.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for your call. So, I am listening to your views this evening. And I want to thank all the persons who take any time out to call and share their views with me on Constructive Talk. All right? So you can call in, you know. You can share your views. All right? You can share your views. Something happened today? I don't know. Something happened today? Well, yeah, I missed something today. Eh? Tell me now, Olio, did I miss something in the news? Apparently, I missed something today. Apparently, I missed something today in the news. Did I? Ole, come on, man. Ole must keep my breast.
To dismiss a lawsuit on the premise that the contracts were renewed on false claims of cabinet approval. CPEP says the contracts were renewed for 3 years based on what was believed to be cabinet approval. Attached to the application were affidavits from CPEP's Chief Executive Officer Keith Eddy, its Corporate Secretary Nicole Gopal Singh, and Acting Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Public Utilities Neela Ram Atwaru. The CEO claimed contracts were renewed only after receiving a verbal instruction from CPEP's former chairman about Cabinet's alleged approval in March of this year. But the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Public Utilities says checks revealed there was no cabinet note or minute granting said approval. CPEP confirmed it would report the matter to the Fraud Squad and Anti-Corruption Bureau for a criminal probe. CNC3 News attempted to contact CPEP's former chairman to respond to the allegations, but he declined to do so. Former local government minister Faris Arawi declined to say if he or the cabinet approved the contract renewals or if he told Edwards about any decision in his role as line minister.
CPEP's lawyers, led by senior counsel Anand Ram Logan, argue the case should be thrown out because the contracts required mediation and arbitration before going to court.
The matter will go before High Court Judge Margaret Mohammed on Friday when an injunction to block the terminations and stop replacement contractors is set to be heard.
Interesting.
Thousands of CPEP workers unsure of their future, former Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez and Minister Barry Padarath continue to clash over claims of political bias in contract awards. Today, Padarath rejected Gonzalez's allegation that contractors in UNC-held areas were secretly hired. He insisted CPEP is under audit and no invitations to register or hire have been issued nationwide. But Gonzalez doubled down, telling CNC3 News he's been contacted by several individuals who say UNC constituency executives urged them to register their businesses for CPEP, even asking about political loyalty. CNC3 News also received a photo of a document that Gonzalez claims is being circulated among contractors tied to the ruling party. Padarath fired back, saying from 2016 to 2025, over 60% of CPEP contracts went to P&M constituencies.
Now to this, two former energy ministers believe that while it's not detrimental to have a non-energy expert leading the national gas company, Gerald Ramdeen must quickly learn the industry as NGC is the country's primary energy earner.
But while Conrad Enel acknowledged that it is the government's prerogative to appoint whomever it sees fit, Caroline C. Prasad-Bechan said she would have preferred a subject matter expert in the role. Enel believes Ramdeen has the requisite competence to guide him and the company. He added that this is also a signal from government that the NGC's focus will be a legal one. And while C. Prasad-Bechan also believes Ramdeen will have the expertise at the board level to guide him on energy matters, she would have preferred someone from the industry at the head of the country's largest revenue earner.
One of the other issues here is that from time to time, the chairman will have to critically review the decisions of management, and hence the reason why it is always preferable or ideal for that person to at least not necessarily be a technical expert, but have had some experience in that industry.
At least 4 of the other appointed board members are experts in the energy industry. They are Nazim Sajad, Steve Sitahal, Rohini Ramai Peters, and Professor David Alexander. Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the government has informed Nigerian company Owando PLC the refinery revitalization process is ongoing, with the appointment of the Refinery Restart Committee, which will present a feasibility report on the refinery by November. Dr. Munilal says once the committee presents its report, the government will have another round of dialogue with all interested parties. He also said government is currently reviewing the process used by the P&M administration when it selected Owando as a preferred bidder. Owando had been selected as a preferred bidder in February 2025 after Jindal Steel withdrew amid political controversy. In May, after the UNC took office, those negotiations were put on hold for review. Dr. Munilal said the Refinery Committee's report will guide future dialogue with interested parties. Industry, they are Nazim Sajad, Steve Sitahal, Rohini Ramai Peters, and Professor David Alexander. Energy Minister
Olia. Olia. Where my people? Where my people? I'm going to play over this. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Where my people? Olia hearing this? Munilal said, Olia, listen to it again now. Listen, no, I ain't taking no calls. Listen to this. Listen to this. I ain't taking no calls just yet. Listen to this. Please listen to this.
Dr. Rudal Munilal says the government has informed Nigerian company Owando PLC the refinery revitalization process is ongoing, with the appointment of the Refinery Restart Committee, which will present a feasibility report on the refinery by November. Dr. Munilal says once the committee presents its report, the government will have another round of dialogue with all interested parties. He also said government is currently reviewing the process used by the PNM administration when it selected Owando as a preferred bidder. Owando had been selected as a preferred bidder in February 2025 after Jindal Steel withdrew amid political controversy. In May, after the UNC took office, those negotiations were put on hold for review. Dr. Munilal said the Refinery Committee's report will guide future dialogue with interested parties.
What do you think? Play it again, somebody say. Somebody said play it again. Play it again? UNC going bad. I thought patriotic was good at the refinery. I thought Roger and they were going to get funding. I thought there was some businessman who was working with Roger to get the refinery. Olia just hear that? Nah, Olia didn't hear that. Olia want to play it again? If Olia want to play it again, say yes. People on the Facebook. People on Facebook and on YouTube. If Olia want to hear it again, just press yes. Wait, nah. What going on? I thought patriotic was going and getting refinery. Olia, somebody say play it over again. Olia, be real now. What going on? What going on? I thought the refinery, I thought the government was going to open back up the refinery. I thought the government was going to open back up the refinery earlier. Maybe I thinking I hearing wrong. I must be hearing wrong.
Government has informed Nigerian company Owando PLC the refinery revitalization process is ongoing, with the appointment of the Refinery Restart Committee, which will present a feasibility report on the refinery by November. Dr. Munilal says once the committee presents its report, the government will have another round of dialogue with all interested parties. He also said government is currently reviewing the process used by the PNM administration when it selected Owando as a preferred bidder. Professor David Alexander. Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the government has informed Nigerian company Owando PLC the refinery revitalization process is ongoing, with the appointment of the Refinery Restart Committee, which will present a feasibility report on the refinery by November. Dr. Munilal says once the committee presents its report, the government will have another round of dialogue with all interested parties. He also said government is currently reviewing the process used by the PNM administration when it selected Owando as a preferred bidder. Owando had been selected as a preferred bidder in February 2025 after Jindal Steel withdrew amid political controversy. In May, after the UNC took office, those negotiations were put on hold for review. Dr. Munilal said the Refinery Committee's report will guide future dialogue with interested parties.
Attorney Prakash Ramada says Paria's new board has inspired hope that a settlement will be offered to the grieving relatives and survivor of the 2022 incident. Ramada wrote to Attorney General John Jeremy seeking a speedy conclusion to the issue of compensation for the divers' families, starting with the former government's promise of $1 million payment. But he's yet to receive a response from the AG. In 2022, LMCS divers were
elected as a preferred bidder in February.
Let me take some calls. So it have hope for patriotic then? Hello, good evening. It have hope for patriotic? Does it have hope for, do you believe that Roger and they will get the refinery?
Which one? The one in Trinidad? That one?
Yeah.
Who is your mother? Them get used. You work across the get used. You hear Mumula say anything? Call them name and anything?
No, well, he said that they're going to look. He said that they're going to look at all the interested bodies. Patriotic Front was one of the interested bodies.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. But I don't see them getting that money.
Well, remember they were working with some businessmen to get the money.
After they have no money, they have no one. And nobody ain't buying no cattle bag. They have no one. They have no one. If it's just so, they have no one. But on the other hand, Pastor, what kind of sense with this minister of energy who bought up everything and had a sold back everything? You have a problem with the Nigerian company. You have a problem with most of everything.
You remember when Wall Street and all of them was putting up videos and saying that the company corrupt?
Yeah. And all that. He had a problem with Venezuela, everything. You don't know. You who cuss for the last 6 or 7 months, you had nothing to say. I had nothing to say anything. You don't know me as Minister of Energy. You had to go back at all them fires who pay them lady to see what happened. Because you have no plan. Everything pay them lady. You had to go and bust off.
First to begin, I don't know how he managed to be the minister, because I thought that David Lee would have been the Minister of Energy, because David Lee was the shadow Minister of Energy.
Because the cause pastor, the one that show I can do it, and right now you clear out of your depth. Clear you out of your depth. You can't walk in with yourself and talk. They clear you out of your depth. You are a lawyer, you know nothing about energy, but you want to be an energy minister. You had the worst to say about payment policy. You had the worst to say about social. And now, everything that they believe in, you're studying it, you're living in all of them, like I do. Because I understand how you could back up everything them say, and then come now as a minister, and you are all them thing now. You are all them like it's yours. It is alleged that every piece of go to policy, apparently, he knows down the right. So you back up everything last month, and now you study everything you back up. You study, you're more or less living inside all them books and all them books, all them policies.
But
I told you how he ended up myself of energy. God knows, because he was never no oil man, no gas man. He was a lawyer.
Thank
so
you.
Right now it's in wrong hole. And pictures, they have no money. I don't know why you talk about them. I mean, finally, it's simple. They have no money. Never had. I'm gone.
All right. Thank you very much.
revitalization process is ongoing, with the appointment of the Refinery Restart Committee, which will present a feasibility report on the refinery by November. Dr. Munilal says once the committee presents, at least 4 of the other appointed board members are experts in the energy industry. They are Nazim Sajad.
All right, just now. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Pastor, good night. Munilal had a problem with that Nigerian oil company.
Yes.
Yeah, Munilal had a problem with that Nigerian company. And now that he talking and want to give them favors. Roger cannot bid for that because Roger had to pay back the money that he borrowed. And he don't have that money to pay back. Remember the court gave a judgment on that.
Oh,
you understand? So Roger have that, in the first place, Roger again, them businessmen who coming together, they not getting that money. The next thing you hear they say, they calling the fella from India, and they might give it or give the but if I was the Nigerian company, I would have back away from that and leave them with that day. Because Ramnarayan himself, before he was in government, he say that oil things shutting down, refinery shutting down all over the place. And now you coming back as a chairman to see where you could do that. That ain't making sense.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yeah.
Steve Sitahal, Rohini Ramai Peters, and Professor David Alexander. Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the government has informed Nigerian company Owando PLC the refinery revitalization process is ongoing, with the appointment of the Refinery Restart Committee, which will present a feasibility report on the refinery by November. Dr. Munilal says once the committee presents its report, the government will have another round of dialogue with all interested parties. He also said government is currently reviewing the process used by the PNM administration when it selected Owando as a preferred bidder. Owando had been selected as a preferred bidder in February 2025 after Jindal Steel withdrew amid political controversy. In May, after the UNC took office, those negotiations were put on hold for review. Dr. Munilal said the Refinery Committee's report will guide future dialogue with interested parties.
Hello, good evening.
Pastor,
Dr.
this talk come up already, and everybody was saying, all your callers were saying, I also was saying, that what Munilal them talking about, refinery, that here what happening, that going to the Nigerian company unless he say that he don't want it. Because everything the PNM do, they had the papers, everything put down there. So what Munilal have done, he went and he get the papers and he gone through it and everything. And he said, boy, the refinery could open now. Roger, with that court case that Roger have, and what they tell him, that they're going to put that block in front of him and tell him, hey, this is the situation. You don't have no money and you're owing the people then. That is one. I want you to find the tape and play back where Kamala was saying she's going to open the refinery. Unless she tell Moody when he was down here that General wanted the refinery, that if you could talk to him and let him come back and take it, so the two will be between the Nigerian and General, because he say he's going to review the whole thing. But I most believe he want to call in the Nigerian company to see about it, but I hope that the Nigerian company will tell him no. End of story.
Interesting. Interesting. Will you hear what's going on? You hear how people thinking? Interesting. Interesting, you know. Interesting. I'm taking some more calls. 464-7003. 464-7003. What are your thoughts about this new development with the refinery? When I watch this thing, I see the unions losing all around, you know. The unions lose, they not get, it doesn't appear as though they're getting the 10%. The unions, it doesn't look like they're going to get the refinery. The unions, the man said, collateral damage. Olia, what really going on? Hello, good evening.
Roger, come right,
I don't look for that. Only find that song for me now.
Find
that song.
Roger getting the refinery just like Felicia getting 10%.
Only find that song for me now. Please and thanks. That's a good song to close off with. Only find this song for me now, please. Please, I beg you, Olia. Find that song for me now. Roger, come on, Roger.
Good night, Pastor Go. Why would that choir want the Nigerian to say no? The reason why I want the Nigerian to say yes is because they are the only companies right now who are able to bring oil. So if we get in a company, we should take them because they are the one able to bring oil. All the rest will have
when
to
it's
find
selected
oil, and
Owando as a
problem. That is trouble. So I don't know what foolishness this next one thing. We know that if they took Nigerian, it was the work of the PNM. Because most of the ideas that UNC is doing, if they are doing anything, is PNM's own. But they had no ideas of their own to bring forth.
Okay, caller. I hear you. Olia, yeah, nah.
This fight is about bread, butter, and justice. And we fight with blood, sweat, and tears. We won't give up. We won't surrender.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Remember Munilal say they fight to get more oil and thing, So if they get more oil, then they need the Nigerian company. We have oil that we could run the refinery.
So you know how much oil it needs to run the refinery? Okay, you hang up. The amount of oil that we need to run the refinery, sir. Sorry to disappoint you, but it's not the stipulated amount. And one of these days I'll play for you what Dr. Rowley had to say about that.
This fight is about bread, butter, and justice. And we fight with blood, sweat, and tears.
Hello, good evening, caller.
Good evening again, Pastor Google. Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, caller. Hello?
Hello, good evening again, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening.
My memory and I understanding is that the Prime Minister would have said they were going to open back the refinery, meaning the state. And now to hear it's going to be like just as it was to see who is coming to if bidders then. And then you notice it's coming in after the budget. The report is coming in after the budget. So if they were planning to open the refinery, the report would have come before the budget. But by September or October, our budget's supposed to read. So there's no way they will cater or ever had any intention of opening the refinery and giving it back to the union or the state owning, and you have that partnership. So clearly he was outfoxed. As usual, not for the first time the union have been outfoxed, but I don't understand how you could have voted for the same people that do what they did to you in 2010 and you're going right back, same leader, same thing. Nothing changed about them, and yet still the fall fate all over again. All over again, the union have been outfoxed. Who have the last laugh now? Have a pleasant night.
And we fight with blood, sweat, and tears. We won't give up, we won't surrender, and we shall overcome. When talking about labor here in Trinidad, you can't leave out Butler, the man from Hyderabad. He appears and disappears So the people say, I hear he made an appearance just the other day, and he said, what he said? Roger, comrade Roger, Roger, why you gone down there? How could you abandon your brother David Abdullah? Roger, comrade Roger, I know you've been there before. How come you ain't seen corruption evermore? Roger, comrade Roger, boy, you down there on your own, looking like a hungry dog begging for a bone. Roger.
I would like if my researcher would find for me for tomorrow program. If my researcher could only find for me where Ansel Roger met with some businessmen just after the election. Ansel Roger met with some businessmen. He met with some businessmen to raise funds to buy the refinery.
Roger, comrade Roger, Roger, why you gone down there? How could you abandon your brother David Abdullah? Roger, comrade Roger, I know you've been there before. How come you ain't seen corruption evermore? Roger, comrade Roger, boy, you down there on your own, looking like a hungry dog begging for a bone. Roger. Certainly you have the right to endorse anybody. So comrade, don't be uptight or fuss too much over me. I just do not understand why you forsake your own brother. But if you're happy with that, you could go and campaign for Lucifer or his sister. Roger, comrade Roger, Roger, why you gone down there? How could you abandon your brother David Abdullah? Roger, comrade Roger, I know you've been there before. How come you ain't seen corruption evermore? Roger, comrade Roger, boy, you down there on your own, looking like a hungry dog begging for a bone. Roger. Of the labor movement came the MSJ, seeking to bring improvement in governance today. I thought you was all for that like George Wicks and Rienzi, but you proved to we you rather put party before country. Comrade, go free. Roger, comrade Roger, Roger, why you gone down there? How could you abandon your brother David Abdullah? Roger, comrade Roger, I know you've been there before. How come you ain't seen corruption evermore? Hey, Roger, comrade Roger, boy, you down there on your own, looking like a hungry dog begging for a bone. Roger.
So let me say thank you to all of you for joining me this evening on Constructive Talk. And remember, be a part of Uhuru 7 at City Hall, San Fernando on July the 26th at 3 p.m. African food, African clothes, African music, celebrating your Africanness.
for fronting now for me. Hold on for me, I no go do me corny. And if you're looking a fighty, I saw me to look. Gelatoni, oh baby, sumoyo deep. Baby, gonna waka waka when you enter my licha. Baby, gonna.
All right, so I want to say thank you again to all of you joining me on YouTube. Before you come off of YouTube, before you come off of Facebook, please tap that thumbs up figure. Tap that thumbs up figure and remember to subscribe to the page. Those of you who may be looking at this after, please, the 3,000, 4,000 of you who come on and look at the page and the videos and the program after, I ask of you, please subscribe to the page. Let me say thank you again. God bless. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Please go. Tomorrow, the opposition is having a press conference and I will be there. Tomorrow, the opposition will be having a press conference and I will be there. The Chief Whip, Mr. Marvin Gonzal, former Minister of Education, Dr. Dolly, and you have Senator, I forget the senator's name, please forgive me, will be there. I think he was the person who would have been put there, the former Prime Minister, to be the Minister of Finance. So join us tomorrow at 10:30 for the opposition live press conference. All right, so please tell someone tomorrow the opposition will be hosting a press conference at the opposition's office. Please be a part of it at 10:30. Okay? Talk to you guys tomorrow. Please God, at 8 o'clock sharp, I will be on. Apologize again for the late start this evening. But much love to all of you who have been a part of Constructive Talk this evening. God bless. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Please God. Bye-bye.